What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back for this next video. So I shared the first part one, I shared part one of the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite character wish list. I know it's a long name. So I shared part one of my top 5 Marvel characters that I want to see make it into this game's roster. And now I'm going to be talking about part 2, which is the Capcom side. So, and as you see in the screenshots with the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, that's, I'm just really excited about the game coming out. So anyway, well, without any further delay, here are my top 5 Capcom characters wish list.
Number 5. Jedha Doma. Jedha Doma, the final boss character of Darkstalkers 3, needs to make an appearance in this upcoming Marvel Capcom crossover. He is one of those characters that I can easily see being in the top tier. If he got a hold over the Power Infinity Gem, he would do some serious damage during gameplay. I know a lot of his moves have to do with blood, so I wonder if they would have to tone him down just like they did with Nemesis' Super Art in MVC3. Plus, I'd love to see the interaction that he would have with Marvel's Blackheart if he were to make it in the game or even as a cameo. Jedha's goal was to seek out control of Makai Kingdom, and so what if he got hold of all the Infinity Stones and became even more powerful, and with the stones in place, he ruled Makai Kingdom that way. I hope he makes that number 5. He could be right there with Morrigan. Number 4. Donovan Bane. I would have loved for him to make an appearance in MVC 2 and 3. If it were up to me, I would have traded Anakaris and Hishienko for Donovan to be playable in MVC series. Donovan is such a badass character from the Darkstalkers cast, so I want to see him playable in this game or in future MVCI titles. One thing that Donovan and Blade have in common is that they are both Dhampirs, a half-breed composed of a human and vampire. So how well would Donovan and Blade would work together if they were to meet? If Donovan learned of Michael Morbius's killings of innocent people and on the quest seeking out the stones, that would not sit too well with Donovan. Or if Mephisto, Blackheart, and Dormammu were planning on to make an appearance into the tournament. Donovan is a vampire Darkstalker hunter, so if he plays a role in this game and he meets the Marvel demons or learns about their whereabouts, he will be the first to hunt down every last one of them, or try to at least. And with that big ass sick ass blade of his, I can definitely see him doing some devastating combos with it. His elemental attacks are a lot more powerful. That's what I can see happening in this game. Should the Dark Marvel characters play into this storyline, then this will be a perfect opportunity for the Darkstalkers to interact with them. Donovan was last seen playable in another crossover called Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, so he has to be in this game, and this is why he gets number 4. 3. Leon S. Kennedy. Leon. Leon is by far my most favorite and top Resident Evil character for me. I mean, it was cool to see Chris Redfield in MVC3 playable, but I wanted to see Leon. Leon was visible as part of the deck of cards in MVC3 Ultimate in Heroes and Heralds mode, but only showing his portrait. I was happy to see the character, but of course it wasn't enough for me because he was not in the game physically. So I'm holding out hope for this character in this upcoming crossover. Leon has come a long way with his character starring in Resident Evil 2, and then later in Part 4, now 6. Now I have not played 6, so I'm under the impression if they use him, they may use his Resident Evil 4 incarnation. He's been through hell and back, so he easily qualifies to be in this roster. In battle, he doesn't have to have the entire moose sets of Chris, but maybe some of them, and Leon can have his own close-up combo, much like Chris's punching combo where you do the half-circle attack and continue with the chain of button presses. Leon can have his own, not just delivering punches, but he can add kicks to his close-up chain combo as well. And then he can either end it with a shotgun blast or with a magnum shot. He's also skilled in knives too, as you'll see later in this video. I see Leon being a character that has average to high attack power because of his weapons, average defense, and average to high speed. So with all the stones in his hand during the battle, you may have to play safe around him when you're fighting against him. Imagine the interaction between him and the Punisher, friends or foes. I mean, as much as I love Leon, if him and Frank Castle were to meet on foe status, I'd have to bet money on Frank. What I see happening between the two, honestly, is an all-out gun battle.
Special ritual for you.
When the two run out of ammo, then they approach each other cautiously, leading into a martial arts hand-to-hand combat. Then the knives come out and another knife battle happens, and it reminds Leon that very same battle that he had with Jack Krauser. Leon is a badass in his own right and his own way, so that's why he gets number 3. Number 2. Asura. I believe Asura is one of the most highest requested characters to be in MVC. It makes perfect sense because he is the natural fit for the game's roster. Honestly, it would be stupid for Capcom to not put him in the game, so it's well past that time that he makes his first appearance. Asura appeared in the Japan-only mobile phone game called Street Fighter Cross All Capcom. It's not what you think, so it's a battle card game. The rivalry I would love to see him have with the Incredible Hulk. I can see intense fighting cutscenes with the two. During the fight, you get button promptings, or QTEs I should say. If he makes it to the game's roster, Asura will be the powerhouse of the Capcom cast, so I can easily see him replacing Zangief and Hager, or either one will fight alongside him. The things Asura's done and been through qualifies him in this upcoming Marvel Capcom game. I also would like to see a brief dialogue exchange between him and Ryu before they do battle. A dialogue that references their last encounter in Asura's world. And the same I would like to see with Akuma, which I'm sure Akuma will be in this upcoming game. Asura's fought guys larger than the Hulk. If you played Asura's Wrath, he is seen fighting a being larger than the planet itself. Asura is like a hybrid of Goku, Hulk, and Kratos, and that makes him a badass, so he earns the number 2 spot. Need I say more? But this fight with Ryu though, damn. Number 1. Fou-Lu. I think some of us forgot that Asura is not the only god here. Fou-Lu is also a god and he sits at the top spot. Just like Leon, Fou-Lu also appeared in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but only as a deck of cards showing his portrait only in Heroes and Heralds mode. If Fou-Lu were to appear in the roster, I can see him being another OP character just like Asura because they're both gods. What would Fu's interaction would be like if he encountered Ryu from Street Fighter before they do battle? And for some reason, I see Fulu rivaling against Thanos, should he also be in the game too, for the stones because they are both very powerful and they want to be the only being in existence. If he makes it in this roster, I can see Fulu's hyper combos being devastating. He turns into his warrior dragon form, and in this form, you can control him. You can only use this form in the level 3 hyper combo gauge or higher. To execute his actual hyper combos, he turns into a dragon once more, while still in his warrior dragon form, to fire off some devastating beam that can do some serious damage to you. And his normals with his air combos will be strong too. Personally, I think Fulu will be an excellent addition added to the roster. The Breath of Fire characters don't get enough recognition. I think this game will be perfect for Fulu to show off his skills. I imagine him being one of the top tier characters. Fulu paired with Asura will do some serious damage in the arena, and so this is why he gets the number 1 spot.
And once again, this concludes the 2-part video of the Marvel vs. Capcom character Infinite Wishlist. If you missed part 1, the link for the description for part 1 will be below. Otherwise, I'll see y'all in the next video.